the a square will be this. Then we have to find out a cube. What will be a cube? A cube will be minus 7 minus 16, 8, 17 multiplied by 1, 4, minus 2, minus 5. And on solving, we get minus 7 and 32, 25. Here 28 minus 28 plus 80, 2, and here 5. Then 8 minus 34 minus 26, and here 32 minus 85, 3, 5. So and so on, we can find out a square, a cube, a4, and then e raised to at, e raised to at will have identity matrix 1 0 0 1 plus a multiplied by t. So this will be t 4t minus 2t minus 5t plus minus 7t square minus 16t square 8t square 17t square plus 25t cube 52t cube minus 26t cube 53t cube and so on, right? And then we can write it as 1 plus t minus 7t square plus 25t cube dot dot, here 4t plus minus 16t square plus 52t cube plus so dot dot, here minus 2t plus 8t square minus 26t cube plus dot dot, and 1 minus 5t plus 17t square plus 53t cube and so on. This will be our phi t matrix or e raised to at matrix. Now further we can solve it. We can find out this series. What will be this series, right? And in this way we can solve our phi t, right? Now next method is Laplace transform method. Laplace transform method. For finding e raised to at or phi t by using Laplace transform method, we know e raised to at or phi t is equal to L inverse of phi s. So first of all, we will calculate phi s, which is equal to si minus a inverse, and then we will take Laplace inverse of this, right? Then we will take Laplace inverse of this. For example, let a is equal to same matrix 1 4 minus 2 minus 5, then what will be Si minus A? Si minus A will be S00S minus 1 4 minus 2 minus 5, and then we'll get S minus 1 minus 4 2S plus 5. And now I have to calculate the inverse of this Si minus A. For finding the inverse, first we have to calculate cofactor matrix. Cofactor Si minus A. So cofactor, what will the cofactor matrix? For cofactor matrix, it's S minus 1's cofactor is S plus 5. Here we'll get minus 2. Here we'll get 4. And here we'll get S minus 1. This is the cofactor matrix. Then I'll transpose this matrix to get adjoint matrix. So ADJ of Si minus A. So transpose it, S plus 5, here 4, here minus 2, and here S plus minus 1. Right? And now for inverse, we have to find out determinant of Si minus A. So what will be the determinant of Si minus A? Here S minus 1, S plus 5 minus plus 8. So this will become S square plus 4S minus 5 plus 8. So finally this will become S square plus 4S plus 3. And on factorization, we have S plus 1, S plus 3. Right? So determinant of Si minus A is S plus 1, S plus 3. So here for inverse Si minus A inverse, 1 over determinant of Si minus A adjoint of Si minus A. This will be the inverse of Si minus A. So we have S plus 5 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3. Here 4 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3. Here minus 2 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3. And here S minus 1 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3. Right? So this is our Si minus A inverse matrix. Si minus A inverse matrix. And now for e raised to at or phi t, we have to calculate, this is phi s, L inverse of phi s. So this will be L inverse of S plus 5 by S plus 1, S plus 3 minus 2 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3, 4 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3, and S minus 1 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3. Right? Or for taking Laplace, inverse Laplace, we will break it by using partial fraction. So after partial fraction, this term will become, what will be A and B here, minus 1, so 4 divided by 2, so 2. And here 2 by S plus 1 and minus 3, so 2 divided by minus 2. So minus 1, right? Minus 1 by s plus 3. So here we get phi t is equal to L inverse of 2 divided by s plus 1 minus 1 by s plus 3. Here minus 1, so 2, 2. 2 divided by s plus 1 and minus 3, तो ये बनेगा minus 2 minus 2 divided by s plus 3. here minus 1 पुट किया तो ये बनेगा 2 minus 1 minus 1 by s plus 1 minus 3 पुट किया minus 2 बनेगा 1 plus 1 by s plus 3. here minus 1 पुट किया तो minus 2 और यहाँ पे plus 2 minus 1 by s plus 1 और minus 3 पुट किया तो यहाँ minus 4 और यहाँ पे minus 2, so 2 by s plus 3. now take inverse Laplace and then we find phi t or e raised to at is equal to, this becomes 2 e raised to minus t minus e raised to minus 3t. here 2 e raised to minus t minus 2 e raised to minus 3t. here minus e raised to minus t plus e raised to minus 3t. here minus e raised to minus t plus 2 e raised to minus 3t. and this is the solution. This is the state transition matrix phi t or e raised to at. clear? E raised to at or phi t. now in the last question we have solved our phi t by using infinite series method. Let me check that once. yeah, here we have infinite series method. just a second please. Look, here we have phi t is this, and from Laplace transform method we have phi t is this. So when we solve this relation we will find this term. Let's check it. Here we have 2 e raised to minus t, 2 e raised to minus t minus e raised to minus 3t, minus e raised to minus 3t. So we can write it as 2 1 minus e raised to 1 minus t plus t square by 2 factorial minus t cube by 3 factorial and so on, minus 1 minus 3t plus 9t² by 2 factorial minus 27t³ by 3 factorial and so on. And on solving, here 2, here 1, 2 minus 1, 1, here minus 2t plus 3t, so plus t, here 2 by 2 बचा क्या t² और यहाँ क्या बचा 9t², तो 2t² माइनस 9t² माइनस 7t², फिर यहाँ आएगा 2/3 माइनस का t³ और यहाँ क्या है प्लस 27/3t³। तो जब इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो ये बनेगा 25/3 माइनस माइनस प्लस 25/3t³ plus 25/3t³। सो हेयर आई थिंक डिवाइड बाई 3 का टर्म एक मिस हो रहा है, ठीक है। तो वही चीज़ें आएंगी जो यहाँ से आ रही हैं, जो वैल्यूज़ यहाँ से आएंगी वही वैल्यूज़ यहाँ पर आएंगी। तो अगर आप इसको ऑब्जर्व कर पाते हैं तो आप इसको लिख देंगे सीधे से 2e⁻t माइनस e⁻−3t, और अगर ऑब्जर्व नहीं कर पाएंगे तो फिर उसको आप वैसे ही सॉल्व कर पाएंगे, वैसे ही छोड़ देंगे, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द लाप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म मेथड। नेक्स्ट इज कैली-हैमिल्टन थ्योरम। CAYLEYHAMILTON theorem, Cayley-Hamilton theorem. So the theorem states that every square matrix satisfies its own characteristic equation. It means if we have a matrix A, then its characteristic equation will be determinant lambda I minus A is equal to 0. Lambda I minus A is equal to 0. And this can be written in the form of a polynomial f lambda, which is equal to lambda raised to n plus a1 lambda raised to n minus 1 plus a2 lambda raised to n minus 2 plus up to an is equal to 0, where a1, a2, an are constants. Then this A will also satisfy this equation, like f A is equal to a raised to n plus a1 a raised to n minus 1 plus a2 a raised to n minus 2 and so on, an is equal to 0. If this is true, then this also be true. अगर ये सही है तो ये भी सही है किसी एक मैट्रिक्स A के लिए, अगर ये उसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक इक्वेशन है तो, ठीक है। तो इस प्रॉपर्टी का यूज करके हम अपना जो है स्टेट ट्रांजिशन मैट्रिक्स फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं। अब जरा ये चेक कर लिया जाए कि कैले हैमिल्टन थ्योरम हर मैट्रिक्स को सेटिस्फाई करता है या नहीं। तो हम वही वाली मैट्रिक्स अपनी लेते हैं जो अभी तक हम लोग ले रहे थे, ठीक है। उसी मैट्रिक्स को लेकर हम आगे बढ़ते हैं और चेक करते हैं कि क्या कैले हैमिल्टन थ्योरम सेटिस्फाई होता है, जो उसका स्टेटमेंट है वो सेटिस्फाई होता है या नहीं। तो लेट द मैट्रिक्स इज A इज इक्वल टू 1 4 -2 -5, then determinant lambda I minus A, this will be lambda 0 0 lambda minus 1 4 -2 -5 is equal to lambda minus 1 minus 4 2 lambda plus 5, and this is equal to 0. So lambda minus 1 lambda plus 5 plus 8 is equal to 0, or lambda square plus 4 lambda plus 3 is equal to 0. And Cayley-Hamilton theorem states that in this relation, if we replace lambda by A, then this will also be true. Let's check it. If this is A, then what will be A square? What will be A square? A square we have solved, -7 -16 8 17, right? -7 -16 8 17. Use this A square here. -7 -16 8 17 plus 4 into A, 4 4 4 ja 16, 4 2 ja 8, 4 5 ja 20, plus 3I. So this will be 3003, and solve it. -7 plus 4 plus 3, this is 0. 16 16 0. 8 minus 8 0. 17 minus 20 plus 3 is 0. So it is 0. Right? It means Cayley-Hamilton theorem is true. Right? Next is how to use Cayley-Hamilton theorem to solve for state transition matrix STM. The matrix exponential e raised to at, this can be written as summation k is equal to 0 to n alpha k a raised to k, or is equal to alpha naught I plus alpha 1 a plus alpha 2 a square, and so on. Right? Where alpha naught, alpha 1, alpha 2 are coefficients or constants. In this way, we can write e raised to lambda t. If a can satisfy e raised to lambda t, then lambda can also be satisfied e raised to at. ठीक? Then this can be written as alpha naught plus alpha 1 lambda plus alpha 2 lambda square plus dot. ठीक है। और अब अगर हम अल्फा नॉट, अल्फा 1, अल्फा 2 इनकी वैल्यूज फाइंड आउट कर लें यहाँ से और इन वैल्यूज को यहाँ पुट कर दें, तो हमारा ई रेज टू 80 कैलकुलेट हो जाता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल Let's take same example. A is equal to 1, 4, minus 2, minus 5. The characteristic equation is determinant lambda I minus a is equal to 0, and we have solved it, and find that lambda is equal to minus 1 and minus 3. So let's take it lambda 1 and this is lambda 2, and these are eigen values. Eigen values, right? So e raised to lambda t will become अल्फा नॉट प्लस अल्फा वन लैम्डा. अच्छा, इसका ये कहाँ तक जाता है? अल्फा एन ए रेज टू एन और अल्फा एन लैम्डा रेज टू एन. एंड व्हाट इज एन? नंबर ऑफ स्टेट्स. व्हाट इज एन? नंबर ऑफ स्टेट्स, राइट? अल्फा एन, एन क्या है? नंबर ऑफ स्टेट्स. तो जितने नंबर ऑफ स्टेट्स होंगे या जितने नंबर ऑफ आइगन वैल्यूज होंगे उतने ही टाइम हमें इसको ले जाना है, ठीक? अल्फा एन क्लियर है? सो एन कितना है? एन इज 2. Here n is 2. If n is 2, just a second, here our alpha will go to up to n minus 1th term. Here n minus 1th term, right? N minus 1th term. I am starting from alpha naught, na? So it will go up to n minus 1th term. So the if our value of n is 2, then we'll go up to alpha 1 lambda, right? So alpha naught plus alpha 1 lambda. Alpha naught plus alpha 1 lambda. If we have n is equal to 3, then we will go up to alpha 2 lambda 2 lambda square, right? So remember this. If we have eigen values, number of eigen values n, then we'll go up to n minus 1th term, right? So e raised to lambda t is equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 lambda, and for both lambdas we'll have two equations. First is e raised to lambda 1 t is equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 lambda 1, and e raised to lambda 2 t is equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 lambda 2. And for solving this, if we consider a matrix e raised to lambda 1 t, e raised to lambda 2 t is equal to here 1 lambda 1, 1 lambda 2, alpha naught alpha 1, then alpha naught alpha 1 will become 1 lambda 1, 1 lambda 2 inverse e raised to lambda 1 t, e raised to lambda 2 t, right? And this is the way through which we will find our alpha naught, alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3. For this question, this matrix is 1 minus 1, 1 minus 3, and its inverse we will find as here minus 3 here 1, here 1, here minus 1, divided by minus 3 plus 1 minus 2, right? So this becomes minus 3 by 2, sorry 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 e raised to lambda 1t e raised to lambda 2t, or minus t minus 3t, right? And after that, alpha naught will become 3 by 2 e raised to minus t minus 1 by 2 e raised to minus 3t. Alpha 1 will become 1 by 2 e raised to minus t minus 1 by 2 e raised to minus 3t, right? And now we'll use Cayley-Hamilton theorem here in this equation. So by Cayley-Hamilton theorem, we can write this equation as e raised to at is equal to alpha naught plus alpha 1 a. Clear? So now 3 by 2 e raised to minus t, now this will be I, minus 1 by 2 e raised to minus 3t, here 0, here 0, and here minus, sorry, 1 by 2 e raised to minus 3 by 2 e raised to minus t minus 1 by 2 e raised to minus 3t plus alpha naught multiplied by matrix A. So we have matrix A like this, alpha naught, alpha 1, 1 by 2 e raised to minus t minus 1 by 2 e raised to minus 3t, then 4 multiplied by this, so 2 e raised to minus t minus 2 e raised to minus 3t, here minus e raised to minus t plus e raised to minus 3t, and here minus 5 by 2 e raised to minus t plus 5 by 2 e raised to minus 3t. And on solving this, we'll have add these two. So 3 by 2, 1 by 2, this is 2 e raised to minus t minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, so minus e raised to minus 3t, here 2 e raised to minus t minus 2 e raised to minus 3t minus e raised to minus t plus e raised to minus 3t, and here minus e raised to minus t and 4 plus 2 e raised to minus 3t. We have our state transition matrix. We have our state transition matrix, right? So this is the way we can determine state transition matrix. This is the way we can determine state transition matrix. Clear? Now, in the next lecture, we will discuss about eigenvalues and eigenvectors. So thank you.